Hello again. Hi, how you doing? My name is Michael. If you don't know, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while, so thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for being around. The reason why I'm recording this particular video is that I have been involved in make-to-measure custom clothing for some time now. If you look closely, probably I would say in the last 2 or 3 years, more so 3 than 2, I've been actually making clothes for other people. And I want to share with you 3 things that I've learned during this process of working with other people. 3 things that you can apply to actually any area of your life. Let's go. The 3 things that I've learned over the years working with high net worth individual is, number 1, you have to treat them as normal people. And I know it sounds controversial, and some of you may think, but how otherwise I would treat them? Of course I would treat them as normal people, but think about this for a second. If you are a celebrity of some sort, if you're a footballer, and all of a sudden I come to you to make you something, and I treat you as a celebrity, and I want something, I want a selfie, I want a signature on your jersey, I want something from you. I'm like everyone else. I'm treating you like a celebrity, but that's not how they want to be treated. They want to be treated as normal people. And very often when I meet, especially footballers, high net worth individuals, they would actually come in and introduce themselves, which is very uncommon. They would say their name, they would say who they are and what they do, which obviously I know because I saw them at TV or anything like that. So very often they are people like me and you. And I especially talk about this one guy called Roberto Firmino. He's a football player for Liverpool Football Club, and I've been to his house many times. We even spent a good couple of hours going through his wardrobe to actually see what he's got and how we can help him, how we can help him replace and refine some of his style. And he's just a normal guy. He's just a normal dude. So think about that if you're going to be dealing with people who you think are celebrities. So number 2 for me is kind of obvious, but again, a lot of people struggle with that. When I talk to people who I work with, they say, "Oh, geez, how much do you charge for a suit for this guy?" What do you mean? Like, I charge them the same amount that I do a celebrity that Joe blogs down the road. Anyone who comes to me gets the same price, and that makes sense, and that's important. So make sure when you do your business, treat everyone fairly. It doesn't really matter that your celebrity drives Lamborghini or he lives in Monaco. Give him a fair price, because that's the only way you can build your reputation. And I would say number 3 is kind of the one that I leave at the very end because it makes sense to me the most. The third most important thing, or should I say the first most important things out of those 3, is that you have to be good at what you do. Like, there is absolutely no comparison to anyone else if you're shit at what you do. And why I'm stressing this so much is because very often, my colleagues, people that I know, friends, they would say, "Oh, Jesus, you fly to Monaco, you see this, you see that, you've done something for Fabregas, you've done something for Firmino, you've done something for some amazing football players. Wow, your life must be amazing." Okay, what they don't see is you getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to catch a train at 3:26, to be at the airport for 4:27, to then catch a plane for 6:30, to then be in Monaco for 10:30 in the morning. Like, this is some sacrifice. This is the difference from saying to people that you want to do something and actually doing it. And I think it's part of that is being good at this. But being good at what I do, it means that I want to do it, then I've got the audacity to do it. I've got the will to do it. And if you're going to want to be the best selling guy on Amazon, if you want to be anything that you can think of, you have to put in the work. You have to, instead of reading newspapers or watching Netflix, I could be watching Netflix right now. It's 9, 10 o'clock at night and I'm recording this video, and I don't have to, I don't want to, but I do this because this is me, this is who I am, right? So if you haven't got that in you, how can you be good at anything? Many people ask me as well this, how do you do this? So you are everywhere and you go in places and you seeing people and you attending, I don't know, charity events, etc. How do you do all of that? Well, because a few things, because I've got supportive family, that's super important, but also the fact that the business makes money. And you have to be open and honest about this. Like, I'm here for the money, I'm here for the journey, I'm here for the process. But if the business wasn't making money, how can I do things the way I do? How can I, buy expensive boxes for my Bespoke shirt club? How can I, produce anything that I produce if business doesn't make money? And a lot of people forget about this part, that it needs to make sense at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter. Even if you spend something up front, like I spend up front, I had to buy, I think, 1,000 or 2,000 of those boxes, big expensive boxes. I had to fork out like $5,000 for this. Okay, it wasn't a problem, but on the other hand, like, is there a better way to spend $5,000? I'm sure there is. But that's what you have to have money for, to do things like that. So you have to be good at what you do, is my biggest advice. And if you're not sure whether you're there right now or not, put in the work, do the hours, go and speak to people who've done it, learn online. I mean, the amount of information there is right now available, even on places like Udemy. I'm using Udemy on a regular basis. I'm using Udemy, I would say, probably once a week, because you can download the courses. I'm learning about stuff that I thought I'm never gonna have to learn, but I do, and I want to do this. Like, how to be more efficient, how to organize logistics better in your company, how to hire a PA. There is loads of things that you have to know how to do. And I'm doing this and I'm learning and I'm sort of developing myself, and I strongly recommend you do that as well. So to summarize, 3 things that I've learned, and the reason why I'm doing this is, one of the most important things is you have to be good at what you do. That's super important. Number 2 is obviously treat people like people, not like celebrities. Very important. Lots of people forget about it. Lots of people freak out. I had a guy who was a huge fan of Roberto Firmino, and I met him at an event, and I said to him, I think Roberto Firmino is actually coming to see me in my office in Liverpool. And the guy freaked out. He was like, oh my God, I'm the biggest Roberto Firmino fan. I want to meet him. What do I do? How do I get involved? Which, by the way, I think that's what he asked, because he panicked, so I'm not sure. But a lot of people wouldn't even think of asking that question. He was trying to make himself available and kind of useful to me, so I can kind of find a way to include them in that, which a lot of people would just ask, hey, can I come in? No, you can't, is the short answer, unless you give me something that I can use, right? So the guy was like trying to figure out how he can help me with Firmino. But he freaked out so much that at the end of the day, I said to him, like, send me a message, and I'll let you know if he's here or not. And he never did. And I met him a few weeks after in a coffee shop somewhere, and he said to me that the reason why he hasn't texted me is because he freaked out. He was like, I'm not ready to meet Roberto Firmino face to face. Like, it's too much stress. And I'm like, just treat him as a normal person. Treat him as Bobby. He's going to be fine. Last thing on my 3 things list is Make sure you've got the same prices for whether you are a celebrity or a normal person. Treat everyone equally, and that's how you build a brand. A brand is this weird concept that people trying to figure out, but they very often can't. And to me, it's extremely simple. It's how you act, how you get, what's the perceived value that you bring in. Like if I've got a client meeting and I dress like this, casually, no bow tie, no tie, jeans. Who's this guy? He's a tailor? Oh, I thought he was just a guy, right? If I'm having a meeting with a client, I would have suit, I would have tie, I would have bow tie. I would very often have, and you're going to have people sort of vouching for this, I'll have tape measure around my neck. And I walk around like this. People straight immediately know what I do, and they are sort of in this comfort zone of like, oh, this is the guy, I know he can help me. So I'm creating this perceived value, like its first impression is what people think about you, about me when they first see me. And that's what you have to think about, because this is how you build your brand. It's not through get rich quick scheme and anything like that. It happens in time, and you have to be patient, but you have to put all the good foundations in place for that. One last thing on the branding, I'm super passionate about it. I'm a marketer by passion. I do a lot of my own marketing, like I'm talking to you right now. The biggest mistake that I see loads of businesses make is they are just not thinking about it too much. I met a builder today, and he's doing okay. He's not, a rich guy or anything. And I'm asking him, why is he not a rich guy? And he obviously wasn't able to tell me. But the work that he's doing is unbelievable. And it's just about branding. He just doesn't know how to price himself right. He doesn't know how to show the higher value. He lost some quotes on price. And I said to him, like, listen, there is so many little things you can change. Even flip and start wearing a t-shirt with your logo, have a van, put signs on, have a good website, have a good Facebook reviews, have a good Google reviews. Have those things in place. So if anyone's searching for you, they're going to find you as the guy. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was useful. 3 things that I've learned from running my own business and what I recommend, and obviously you can apply to any area of your life if you're selling to celebrities, public, anything like that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. See you later.